currently back. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was lag or the internet just completely stuffed up here. But we are back on a different stream. The problem is, though, I did put a message on the other stream saying that I had to stop it. But anyways, we're on this stream now, so hopefully this all goes to plan. But the different problem is, though, it's on a different link, so in a bit of an odd situation. But okay, so we are back. Yeah, sorry, Vados. I don't know what happened there, but the stream stuffed up. Maybe due to my internet, but we're back on. I'll switch over to data for unlimited. So now we are back, and it was a free kick. For Kyrgyzstan in the middle of the half. So Kyrgyzstan have actually been really in quite control recently. Huh. You commentary match, no look message. Okay. Okay, so it's a free kick. It's whipped in. Tries to get it connected. Head number 21 goes for a shot and he skies it. Okay, just want to do. Yep, okay, we're good. Mr. Bekoff went for a shot, but he didn't time it right, and he skies the thing. Do anything. So currently at this point it is 16 minutes gone. China 0, Kyrgyzstan 0. Goal kick to China, it's whipped out. And they got Kyrgyzstan. They currently got possession. As the commentator says, oh, for God's sake, can this stay up, please? I'll just leave it. The Kyrgyzstan players are really taking this to China as the ball again falls back to the Chinese goalkeeper. China now trying to make something happen, but the Kyrgyzstan press has been really big against it. But over top through ball now, onto the left. What can China do here? He's controlled it. He's trying to take it around. It's fallen to the outside the edge. The shot was blocked by a Kyrgyzstan player, and it is kept in play. That could have been a real chance for China to score against the run of play, but Kyrgyzstan have maintained the hold on. And just briefly, before anyone says that it was someone who took the stream down, the stream just stopped working due to the internet. It wasn't a takedown. So now the Kyrgyzstan keeper whips it into the other half, and Kyrgyzstan do maintain possession, rough one halfway. And they're doing some nice pass play, and they send it down to the near side on the left. And over the top, and they try to, and that's a lovely defensive header there. Throw in to Kyrgyzstan, right alongside the 18-yard box. The real question is, though, will they send this ball all the way in? And that was a waste of a throw-in as it falls straight into the feet of China. And they try to go over the top to one of their fast paces. And it's almost worked, and Kyrgyzstan had forced to make a defensive header. Shay Girls, we're back. Ironically, we had another issue with this stream, so this is actually like a second stream, so for this match, so yeah, very entertaining. Okay, so now Kyrgyzstan have won a free kick, actually. It was a bit of a late call, but Mohammed Hassan, the referee from the United Arab Emirates, has called it. Oh, dragged him down, yeah, obviously it's a pretty simple call. As they have a top through ball. And it has worked. Is it a bit too deep? I believe it was. If that was just a little bit less of a touch, that could have been a real heading opportunity there for Kyrgyzstan. So many surprise results in Thailand sacked their coach. Yes, that was pretty interesting. I mean, I don't understand why you would sack your coach in the first game. I mean, yes, they went bad, but it's what they decided, and now Thailand have got to roll with it. As now the possession of play has fallen to China, and they're going to pass it back to try to change the pace of play. And that was an interesting challenge, but it's just going to be a throw-in, and it will fall in favour of Kyrgyzstan. Whoa, no. Oh my god, how do I keep this? It's literally just an iPhone balanced on a remote with like a stack of DVDs that are on a lean. That's holding up surprisingly well. Usha, Baby, I did see your comments when I was looking through the actual stream to see what was going on. I appreciate them. Qatar will sack their coach if they don't make the next round. Uzbekistan 4, Oman 0. There's some predictions there. What's happening? So 21 minutes have gone. It is currently in possession of the ball to Kyrgyzstan from a free kick. And, 20% battery. There was shouts for a handball on the edge of the box on a Chinese player, but I don't believe it was, and there is no VAR, so who knows what's happened. But so currently at this point now, China have the ball in their defense. And I need to make a decision here because my phone just hit 20%. No penalty was given. Yes, correct. No penalty was given. And people are going to make this a controversial situation. Okay, China now, they're pressing onto the box. They try to pass it into the middle, and it gets cleared away by Kyrgyzstan. And it's booted all the way up, and it would be a throw-in to China all the way into their defensive half. 20% wins your charger. I have a portable charger in my room, but I'm just going to see, do I get it now, or do I wait for it to hit 10%? My stream seems to be ahead by far. Yeah, probably would seem to be. The internet hasn't been best here. Yeah, I'll go get it now. I'll turn the TV up so you can hear the commentary. What? Well, this is gonna keep it there.
Referee was on the spot there. There's a skill there. Is this heavy touch here? Now let's Tango in. Nothing wrong with that challenge at all.
Lu Yang helped up to his feet, and China are going to make that change. And it's a very disconsolate looking Jin Jingdao.
Okay, we're here.
Makes his way to the sidelines to be replaced by Yu Gabao. And he's straight off down the tunnel. Here's Jin Jingdao. A little shake of the head. What's your read on that, Sasha? Injury or tactical?
Tactical, obviously, Marcello.
What?
Seeing something.
So something's happened here. The Newcastle Jets should have won the A-League last season. What are you going to do? I mean... So something actually happened recently. A Chinese player was actually subbed off while I was away. 24 minutes in. Very interesting situation. I can't talk. Sydney FC went horribly. I think Sydney FC went alright. If anything, I would have rather have lost to Sydney than victory because we would have qualified for the Champions League automatically instead of going through this terrible progression. So, free kick to China from their goalkeeper inside the box. 25 minutes gone. Canberra FC needs to be included in the A-League. I'm actually genuinely thinking about doing like an hour-long video talking about all the problems with the FFA. Okay, the Chinese fans are currently doing the Viking clap, the same thing the United Arab Emirates fans did. It's nice to know that that's making a big turnaround. Who are the Jets playing in the AFC Champions League? We're playing a Philippines team, or a Thailand team, or a Vietnam team. I actually don't know. And if we win that, we go play. I'm pretty sure we go play against Kashima Antlers, and if we win that, we're in the group stage. And it's a cross in from China, and it's caught by the keeper. But the problem with Kashima Antlers is they're the defending Asian champions. So to get to the group stage, we have to beat the defending champions. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't think it'll beat Antlers. I'll be surprised if we can get to that stage. By the way the Jets are currently going. Oh, there's a chance here for Kyrgyzstan. 1-on-1, and he has skied it. It was a through ball, 1-on-1 for Kyrgyzstan, and they skied the 1-on-1 opportunity. If your boots are that bright, you need to finish those off. Like Dimi Petrados, you need to finish them off. Ugh. Lux, man, Lux. Kyrgyzstan could have been 1-0 up here. I'm actually pretty impressed by them. They're really creating chances. The Persian commentator went crazy. Big Boy Roy, and Big Boy Topper to get a hat-trick each against Antlers. Take the play rush. Shows the quality. If it was Wu Lee on that chance, yeah. And that China just tried to take a free kick early, and it went out, so it'll be a goal kick to Kyrgyzstan. Really end-to-end stuff in the last 5 minutes, I must say. Very intriguing. How long has passed? Officially 27 minutes have gone. Thanks. Thank you, Simon Hill. Okay, the ball is currently in China's defensive half, and Kyrgyzstan are now passing around with it. On my stream is 30 seconds behind. Okay, we're getting that prime. Oh, TVS, Anio, Live Bowler, Carla de Gul. We got links. There you go. We got links. I've been waiting for years because in the first game that I streamed, it was almost instantaneously when kickoff happened. That is what you get from the Persia. So yeah, pretty interesting actually. I had to learn about the ancient history of Persia in high school. Nipsey Faps. It has been a while, my friend. It has been a while. Okay, there's a free kick there for China at halfway. I'm going to check it. So China now have the ball in Kyrgyzstan's half. They're passing it along the far side. It's a good ball. Can anything happen? They've played the advantage as a player went down, and the ball does get clear away. Damn, how does this guy not have a job as a commentator? I'm actually too young. It's on China with a shot, and it's just gone wide. Lovely layoff. Number 15 takes the shot, but it just goes wide of the far post. Goal kick to Kyrgyzstan. it was Wu. I can't just look for the players. It was Wu Ji who took the shot, and just shows the talent of that bloke to be audacious to take the opportunity, but unfortunately doesn't go to plan as of yet. Okay, Kyrgyzstan now have a throw in China's half. That's where the ball's primarily been. I wonder how it feels about Australia choking up against Jordan. Jordan, historically in the Asian Cup, has always been a problem for us. And the Australian team hasn't really been that bad. Best? Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. I think it's my accent, really, that really messes it up. So, Kyrgyzstan. I pretty much have to, like, do syllables to get it right. I do apologise. Now, China, they're pressing it up on the left. Whips it into the box. The player tries to go for the follow-up, but doesn't go through. Yeah, China have really stepped up here in the last 10 minutes. They are now in the driver's seat. All they need to do is just put the key into the thing. I know, cars. But the Australian team is like a bad wank. You hope it's going to be a good one, but it's shit. I'm pretty sure the Jets will be against Home United. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Home United's actually one of the teams we could be up against. So thank you. I appreciate it. Again, another throw-in for Kyrgyzstan in... The referee blowing the whistle, because there's the second ball. The Australian team is the definition of overrated. 100%. 100%. That is probably the best way to describe the Aussie team, is overrated. If you looked up overrated in the box, the Australian team would be the picture description. Okay, just stand up, pressing up. They're going to pass it to the left and up to the right. Crows goes for a header. And China has picked the ball up and they're going to send it over. It's a one-on-one. The Kyrgyzstan defender does well there to clear it away. Ironically, the last time we played, do you think Iran is the best in Asia? Ooh. They're one of the best teams, but I wouldn't say they're the best team. Okay, so China now passing another one. No, you're an Iranian fan. Yeah, because Persia. The people that... I'm English. Fantastic. Oh, Kyrgyzstan's with the ball in. If it doesn't get cleared away, it'll be a goal kick. South Korea only have sun. That is kind of true. But they did also play quite well when we played against us. We have a goalkeeper who knows how to hug a ball.
Yeah, but if he doesn't get a shout, he's got to play it in, hasn't he? He does have to go, yes. Absolutely right, Simon.
The people in my house are giving me like obscene gestures. So now Kyrgyzstan now have a corner for all that debacle. Nice thing, Spams. I appreciate it, in all honesty. It is a very tight looking in the 6-yard box. South Korea are good. Because they're a good player. South Korea will lose stamina around the 7 minutes, or just attack heavily from there. It's very interesting. Okay, Kyrgyzstan whips the ball in, headed away by China. Okay, so currently we are at the 34th minute. There is 11 minutes left until halftime. I think Australia may get Champion's Curse. That could be an interesting thing. Who plays after this game? Actually, let me check. The next match will be at 12:30 to 2:40, which I won't be streaming, unfortunately, but it is South Korea versus the Philippines. So that's going to be a very interesting match. Okay, Kyrgyzstan now are on the counter-attack. Could they send a through ball in? No, they're going to pull it back and they're going to pass it onto the other side. And the referee has gotten in the way to block the shot. And China have got the ball on the other end. Could they score a goal here? It's over the box. It's headed away by Kyrgyzstan. And there's a rush for the ball down on the near side. And it goes straight up in the... Yeah, wow. If China scored off that, that would have been controversial. After is Iran versus Yemen. Yes, it is.
Brilliant to watch, isn't it, Simon? End-to-end stuff. The run of Wulay. This is the foul. They've broken up the end-to-end.
I hate the YouTube cooldown thing.
You see the speed of Wulay. Really troubling Valerie Kitchen.
I don't think the referee would have been very popular in the Kyrgyz Republic had China scored from that.
SB would say, let me talk.
Counter-attack, didn't he?
Totally
Iran versus Iraq, I remember specifically message in chat, you commentate. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll go into my experience with the Iran-Iraq match after half-time. So, 9 minutes left. There is a free kick to China right on halfway after a very impressive attack on by the number 17 of Kyrgyzstan. So currently at the moment the fouls are currently even. I was in Canada for the Iran-Iraq match. I remember watching that. That was arguably the game of the tournament right there. Second ever match being in the stadium, and I wish I was dead. Yeah, that must have really sucked. Okay, China now, they're on. They could be on the attack here. They're trying to come down right down the middle. He sent it out to the far. Whips the ball in. No one's there to head it there. And Kyrgyzstan eventually does clear it. With about 8 minutes left in the first half until added time. Why can't we face Qatar in the quarterfinals? Yeah. Halftime match, you stop stream. I'll keep the stream going. I don't actually know what happened in that match. The stream just stopped working. So hopefully I'm just going to keep it on and not flip it down. So I'll just keep it up like this. So we're all good. Okay, so Kyrgyzstan now have possession. They are currently controlling the tempo of the play. Kyrgyzstan, they try to do a back heel as a layoff, but it goes always to the defenders. And China now currently have the possession of the ball with the goalkeeper. If Australia gets knocked out, you don't break stream, you break 15 minutes. Yeah. So, oh, here we go, Kyrgyzstan down the right. What are they going to do? They're going to try to hit the ball in. There's somebody on the far left. Header! No one was there to match the hat. And it will go out for a China throw-in right near the quarter flag. I probably won't support anyone if Australia does get knocked out, which probably will happen. I'll just watch it as a neutral. That's what that word is. And they get a header, and he tries to head it into the top right. And then give up on this tournament. It's just, with Australia, it's like the World Cup. We only care about actually being in the tournament, not actually performing well in recent years. Like, obviously, with the World Cup, where we only got 1 point the entire World Cup. So Kyrgyzstan now. Yeah. So Kyrgyzstan now have possession of the ball in the center circle in China's half.
Got himself in a bit of a pickle. Won the ball back for his team.
They're passing around the defenders, Kyrgyzstan. And that could be a foul there, and it is. It's going to be a free kick to Kyrgyzstan right in front of the circle. Australia did better than Iran. I laughed so hard at their performance, what my friend said.
Like a true central defender there, Sam.
Well, it is. They can't allow the Kyrgyz players to pick up the ball in those dangerous pockets.
I will definitely say, though, that I feel like when the Australian, as the ball goes out, will be a goal kick to China, a lot of Australian fans did look at the grip and think it was going to be easy. But now this ultimately puts the nail in saying that it won't be. And we're going to actually have to put a fair amount of effort to get, because we're pretty much we're not at home. All of the fans there are going to be 90, 95 to say.
Well, it's proved to be too risky, hasn't it?
90, 95% against them, creating a massive atmosphere, so they need to do something to fix it. As Kyrgyzstan now, they're passing it down to the right, and it's an offside flag there. India are pretty good, to be honest. Where are the favourites to win the games doing so poor? Does it show smaller nations are improving? I think so, especially with like the biggest example being India, being absolutely dominating. That could also be a thing. It is the AFC, but I do see, though, it's not about. That could be the thing. It's like small nations are improving. Hang on, we got to pause that. Kyrgyzstan are on the attack here, but it's cleared away by China. It's smaller nations are improving, whilst the big nations, especially Australia, aren't. Small nations are focused. That is a definite statement right there. 100% they are focused, whilst with most players on the Australian team are mostly in it for like personal glory. Oh, Kyrgyzstan with a shot! It's a goal! Kyrgyzstan are in front! Oh my word! It is 1-0 to Kyrgyzstan, the 42nd minute. Unbelievable. It was a throw-in, it was a header off for a layoff. A person takes a shot on the left, on the outside of the 18-yard box, beats the keeper, and it is China 0, Kyrgyzstan 1. It is a goal. Kyrgyzstan are 1-0 up. Wow. Wow. Eris, I've got the name of him here. It was a substitute, I believe, they brought on. Wow. Wow. Off the post and in. They were dangerous in the start, trying to expect it from them. 100%. And that is true. This is their debut game in the AFC Asian Cup, and that is their first ever goal in a major tournament. And as there was a free kick here for... Well, we got no leadership in the team. All we do is attack from the wings. Didn't realise it didn't work, so we have no leadership. We are lost without Cahill. That is pretty much the most accurate statement we can really possess out there. Yeah, Kyrgyzstan now take this free kick. 2 minutes left until added time. I need to figure out...
It's just his third international goal for a player who is currently uncontracted.
Oh, it's a one-on-one opportunity for Kyrgyzstan. They've almost made it 2-0. It was a defender pressuring on the right, tried to put it through, and he's missed it, and it almost made it 2-0. So we have the player's name, actually. It is Israelov Akladin. It is this lad this player right here who has scored Kyrgyzstan's first goal at a major tournament. Cahill can't hit bananas. Okay, China now. They're pressing it on the right. They try to get the ball in, and the hands of the keeper there. Wow. Kyrgyzstan could have gone 2-0 up there. Now they've got possession of the ball down the right. And it's a lovely through ball there. Is he offside? He is offside.
Every ball that gets past
Half time, you break. I will break, and I won't. I'll have a break. Timmy should have quit after the 2014 World Cup. The guy who scored is a free agent. Sign him up. Odie Merrick, if you're listening, his name, Akladin Israelov, get him on it. Get him to Newcastle. We need finishers. Alongside Roy will go well. Okay, the ball's now passed back to China as we're about to find out how much added time there'll be. 1 minute of added time there is trying to pass it around with their defence.
They've silenced the Chinese public. The fans that have made their way to the UAE.
Branko Ivankovic, sorry. That could be a good signing as well. It's trying to now pass it back to their keeper. They're just wanting for this half to end.
Well, goodness only knows what the reaction would be in China if they were to lose this game. They've become used to failure down the years, but they've just looked so loose at times in this first half.
So loose. There's space everywhere for the Kyrgyz Republic players to work in.
They need Mao to cut. They need Mao to resurrect.
Before half time to get back on level terms.
China's cross it. There goes the whistle for half time. It is China 0, Kyrgyzstan 1. We are not stopping the stream. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this going. Hopefully.
Who scored Kyrgyzstan's first ever goal at a major tournament.
Wow. So Kyrgyzstan in front 1-0. Did not expect that.
To do in the second half. At the break here in Al-Ain, it is China 0,
Really.
Kyrgyz Republic 1.
Another upset or big possibility of Kyrgyzstan with the lead.
Okay, so
Get the thoughts of Danny McBride and Bruce
there we go.
after the break on the first
It is half time. So
tonight from the Asian Cup. We're back in a moment.
I don't believe that there's any other sport that unites a nation the way that the Socceroos do. We play with pride, we play with heart, and we play for the fans. We are the reigning champions. We are going there to defend our title. We want to be the kings of Asia.
I just saw the ad for the Australian team. We're saying we're going to defend that title, and it's like,
In tomorrow's game,
you sure?
there'll be another golden generation. You'll be told which club to support by your grandparents.
The one who you watch us.
Well, so as the 2015 Asian Cup was in Australia, I hate my the keyboard. Yeah, keyboards suck. I only was able to go to one game of the AFC Asian Cup, and it was actually the third place round, which was between the United Arab Emirates and Iraq. It was a pretty decent atmosphere because it was at Newcastle. You won because of the referees and home ground advantage. And but I with the game it was pretty interesting. Like the crowd was quite lively. I did want to go to because at the stadium where the third place match was, it actually Canberra can beat Newcastle. Legit, Madawi or Stocko Sharks or anyone in Zone League could win. Japan is going to win. Japan are definitely one of the favourites. We haven't seen them play though, so Ben says disagrees. But here's the thing, though. It's like a lot of the stronger teams have been failing, so we don't know. So we need to see how Japan plays their first game, like how they come out. But I must say though that but SK and Iran do have the coaches who try to win. Yeah, they definitely have that as they do have that focus.
Welcome back half-time in the first match on the third day of the 2019 Asian
But wow, so
results go against the grain.
I remember, so the games like I remember specifically from that Asian Cup, besides from like the matches Australia were in, were obviously one of them particularly was Iran versus Iraq, and I knew about how in sport specifically of how heated the rivalry is because of stuff outside of sport, and went all the way to penalty. Okay, I won't mention what happened, but particularly like as it was hosted in Canberra, it really showed on how football centric Canberra can be, and it really showed of how Canberra should really be in the A League. But the problem with it is though it's the FFA, which is the footballing body of Australia, had a decision to make. They could have either listened to the fans and gone for two teams that have had massive backing by the fans who are historic, which in my opinion should have been a Canberra side because that region has had a lot of footballing history, especially with they already have a stadium. And Wollongong Wolves, as are another team with history and with a stadium. But they decided to go with the money and go for teams who don't exist, don't have stadiums, and are definitely going to be splitting a fan base right down the middle. What we need is teams from Tasmania and the Northern Territory. Tasmania wouldn't mind because they do have a ground. The Northern Territory is going to be difficult though because they do need to build a stadium because I don't think they have like a quote unquote big ground up in the Northern Territory. One thing I wouldn't mind though, and I know this is going to sound a bit odd, is a second Adelaide team. Now I know it's going to sound a bit odd, but there have definitely been talks about bringing an Adelaide City team because obviously the both sides of Adelaide have worked in the AFL before with Adelaide Crows and Port Adelaide, and also I think Adelaide United versus Adelaide City. And there was already talks for like years about this happening. Adelaide City is a horrible name. The problem is though is that's the name they're probably gonna pick because the only other thing they could do is like Adelaide FC, but it just doesn't really work. That find something unique. Adelaide. The problem is that you can't really. You have to pick something that like really resembles with the people from South Australia, but they've already been taken. Kind of because the Crows, which is what South Australians are known as, is already an AFL team, and Port Adelaide is something so. That should be South Adelaide. Could be an idea. But it really depends. South Adelaide. The thing is though, it's like Adelaide also have the same position of they don't have a team. It really depends on where Adelaide United play and where Adelaide Oval is. Because if Adelaide Oval is actually south of that stadium, I can completely understand South Adelaide. Or we could go down the whole expansion with the west and go West Adelaide. It's not even South Melbourne, it's Geelong. How do you pronounce Benedict Cumberbatch? Like that. They could share a stadium. I mean, they could, but the main problem is though is like on the actual Adelaide. What is Adelaide known for? They're known as the city of churches, and I think crows are a big deal over there. And fucking their cousins. Okay, that's not true, but it's like a running joke that Adelaide is inbred. But it's like every part of Australia, they always have the one place is like, that's where all the people that have relations with their these. You can't have that as a team. The Adelaide inbreds, that would it wouldn't happen. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
Did he give away a penalty that he got away with here, or was it fair enough that it was late play on?
Look, for me, I think it's play on. It is a handball. I think it would have been a harsh call to give that as a
Ugh. That should actually be like. The only thing I know is it's actually like a team in like the like a lower team in like the undergrounds of Australian football called the Adelaide Cosmos, which does sound like a fairly decent team name in my personal opinion, and they actually have a decent badge. But the problem is though it's obviously wearing where they're going to play, and also they need financial money to be put into it by like a rich backer. What? What if we get a team for Christmas Island? Like, just give it off to one of the off-coast islands of Australia and just like build like a massive ground there. Right, Norfolk. No, that's right. Norfolk's technically England. Hamilton, the Hamilton Island sand dunes. We got to make that a team. Get the P45 and a pencil. Any new team in the league will need a big money backing. Yeah, that's pretty much the ideal thing because who will win, Philippines or Korea? By the way, it's actually running with the big teams not going well. I think the Philippines might have a chance. I know that's like very out of the blue. Who will win? Football will win. That's what will win. In the end, they get the money. Yeah. I remember actually like reading an article talking about after Brazil hosted the World Cup of how financially broke the country became, because I heard the rule before the World Cup in 2014 was in Brazil you're not allowed to have alcohol in the grounds, but FIFA, one of FIFA's like big sponsors is Budweiser, and so what that means is they forced Brazil to change the law because they banned alcohol because it would prompt violence in the stands, and they brought it back for the World Cup, and now pretty much there's been incidents of drunken violence in the grounds. So it's a bit of a very interesting situation. Here's an interesting idea though. As we already have one team in the A League who is over in New Zealand, should they get a second one? Like have like an Auckland team. But the main problem with it is though is that they already have like the two pre-existing teams have been. Yeah, so Qatar's in the process of the World Cup qualifications, sacked 3 managers.
Goal in that first half. And there it is, right there. It's an extraordinary story for
From Persia, from Indonesia, I saw.
football since May 2018. I don't even know how that's possible that he's playing at a level such as this, but playing he is, and he's giving his side the lead. Just Bruce and Danny, before we kick it back to the guys in LA, knowing Chinese players and the mentality of them and how they react to a setback like that, how do you think they're going to respond?
Okay, we're about to be swarmed back into the game in about a couple of minutes' time, so I'm saying that you should not bet on the games, yeah, because it's kind of like the same thing in terms of betting with the African thing, because there's been hundreds of incidences of corruption. I remember specifically there was like a video that was secretly recorded. The AFCON. There was like in the Ghana FA, someone recorded. It was like the president. What other games are you planning to live stream? I haven't thought of a schedule, but I will do that soon. And so they got a camera and snuck it in and recorded him saying like, if we wanted a team to score 3 goals, we made sure we get 3. We made sure we get 3 goals. Okay, we have got a substitute happening for China. This is their second substitute, mind you. Hiao JM is coming on. It hasn't popped up who he's replaced. Here we go. Hiao Jumnin has come on to replace Shi Qi. So, yes, that's the second substitute from China. What do you think about Real Madrid so far? I know this sounds... they're going... They really do, Mr. Ronaldo. What is the score now? The second half is about to kick off, and it is Kyrgyzstan 1, China 0. There we go. The second half has kicked off, with Kyrgyzstan kicking to the right, China kicking to the left. Reminder was there, Akhlidin at the 42nd minute, who scored the goal. Kyrgyzstan with the throw in. They try to get into the box and it's headed straight back exactly where the throw in took place. And it's another throw in for Kyrgyzstan. The ball's thrown in. It's gone into the box. It's a lovely... Back here is trying to whip it into the box, but it's gone too deep and it'll go out for a throw in to China. In China's own half. China makes the throw. And they've maintained positions that go past halfway. They've got a lot of players up here. What they can do, they try to send the ball down to the left near. But that's a lovely tackle there to force a throw in for China. They're taking it quickly, however. China's whipped the ball in. And it's headed away by Kyrgyzstan. And they try to clear it away, and they do. They try to get a through ball across the field. Almost falls for him. But it looks like Kyrgyzstan have picked up the ball here. And they try to send a through ball forward. A China player does shield. It allows the Chinese keeper to pick the ball up. And he sends it out to the left. And that's one there very well done there by Kyrgyzstan. They're down the line. That has to be a foul. That has to be a card on number 19 for China, as he pretty much just shoved him straight off. So it's a free kick, about 5 meters out from the sideline, about 35 yards out from the goal line. Pretty much it's like DPS, so he probably the only option is to whip it in and try to find a header or a foot. Oh, he's going to kick it that way, so that makes sense. The ball is kicked, it's too low, and it gets headed away by the closest Chinese defender. And a back heel over the top. Kyrgyzstan have stopped a over the top through ball there by China, and they've maintained majority of the possession here in the second half. Kyrgyzstan are getting a little bit too cocky, so they need to slow down the play if they want to really be in control of this match. Try to get over the top, and he gets headed to China. And now China have crossed the halfway line. They're down along the line on the near. They've passed it into the middle. They've got numbers wide. That's a lovely crossover. They're into the box. If he took a shot first time, but he's passed it outside of the 18-yard box. The ball's whipped in over the top, and it's cleared away by Kyrgyzstan, and that's going to be a throw into China right near the commentary box, near the corner flag. What does this play? What do you mean, Vanos? And they're going to throw it in deep. And, oh, China have picked up the ball here. They're going to pass it in. The shot. And it's gone and hit the roof of the net. But it says here the referee has taken a corner because it may have taken a deflection of a Kyrgyzstan defender. Maybe. I didn't see it, but whatever. So China now have their first corner of the match. They're kicking it from the far side. Could they capitalize on this to bring back some much more gain? It's whipped in. It's headed all the way up by Kyrgyzstan. It's up for the keeper. And it's gone in! The keeper has accidentally knocked it into his own net. And it's China has equalized in the most unluckiest of situations. The ball was right up in the air from a header. And the keeper tried to catch the ball. He lost control into the net, 1-1. China has equalized. So it's whipped in. The Kyrgyzstan player, he tries to catch. Oh, he wasn't trying to catch. He was trying to knock the ball over the bar. So goalkeeper's own goal. Yep, it is an own goal. So he tries to knock it over the net. He times it too late, and he accidentally knocks it into his own net. As a goalkeeper myself, it's a really I understand the pain. So now 51 minutes gone, China have found the equaliser. I'm a keeper at times, and it's the worst feeling, yeah. Oh, here we go. We've got a free kick here about 35 yards out. Right on the same line as the goal. And it looks like Feng has been pressing it a bit too much, trying to get the ball. So Kyrgyzstan has won a free kick here. So it'd be really interesting to see how they bounce back. No keeper is immortal, that's a must say, especially it could happen to anyone, especially players like Karius in the Champions League final. But it just happens. So 35 yards out. So goalkeeper own goal. Yep, it was a goalkeeper own goal. So is he going to go for a shot, or is he going to whip it in? He's going to go for the whip in. Oh! The China's goalkeeper caught it up, and he almost walked it straight into his own net. That could have been quite dangerous. Wait, what? Did a Discord link just pop up under my name? I don't know. What? Okay, don't worry. That was my brother. So I'm joining your group Discord. Oh, that I didn't create that. I don't know where the hell that came from. I joined it. Okay, so we've now got a Discord page. Okay. I also enjoy the Discord server. Yeah, I saw the link pop up. Okay. So yeah, we now got a Discord. I mean, I was actually planning on making a Discord, just didn't know my brother was gonna do it. But so okay, China are now pressing up through the middle. They're gonna pass it out to the left side. He's gonna pass it back. They're gonna try to whip it in. So well, that I know well. Rightio. So China now have definitely got the grasp of the game, as they are perpetually passing it around. And they try to whip it in the box. It's cleared away by Kyrgyzstan. But it's gone for the ball's gone to Kyrgyzstan. They need players to pop up here because it's like 3 against 8. And they've passed it back into their defense. So they try to swap it to the other side of the field, but it goes straight to the Chinese players. Oh, they've got numbers here alongside China. They're entered the box on the left side. They drag it in. It's crossed, and it came off a touch of a Chinese player, not expecting, and the ball goes out. It will be a goal kick. I know my brother asked me saying, do you want to make a Discord server? And I didn't give him an answer, and he's just like, just done it. Okay, so now it is a Kyrgyzstan goal kick. It's whipped out. 55 minutes have gone. Try now have a throw it at halfway. And they pass it back to their defenders. And they try to cross it all over the top. But Kyrgyzstan clear it, but it's gone straight back to the Chinese. They're pretty much, they have... Secular Brother's gonna get hurt. Yeah, he's gonna get clapped across the head. It's ridiculous. But so China now have passed it back to their goalkeeper. 56 minutes gone. I don't think Kyrgyzstan have touched the ball in the last couple of minutes, and now China trying to press to see, oh, that's some nice little play there. If they're trying to get through ball in, it could be well, but Kyrgyzstan are able to hold on. Yeah, Ben, it's my brother that's doing it. How about that? Oh, hang on, we've got an interesting situation here. It's a yellow card. The first yellow card, and it's given to Kyrgyzstan. I am not even going to try to pronounce that name. Zerchka Lagabuk Ulu. Realise you had antidepressants after watching the Australia-Jordan game. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. That's actually... the face you make when they choose Robbie Cruz as a winger for the Australian team. Okay, so China now have a free kick. It's not... yeah, I'm not being hacked. It's just my brother who's somehow... I think that triggered is just... it's pretty darn interesting, I must say. Okay, so China now have got a free kick, about 35 yards out. It's on China. They're pretty much only going to do is just try to whip it in. And it's a shot. It's got a touch there, but the Kyrgyzstan keeper makes a decent save. This is why you log off. Yeah. Z-Tank pink slips. I can seriously make rules and announcements out of that, please. Just add a little bit of a chat to him now. So currently Kyrgyzstan have a throw in into China's half, which is I think the first time in the last 5 minutes. You, I need to keep remembering to just keep looking at the screen. You should take a short break and do a double move on your brother. Nah. Focus on commentary. Yep, that is the key goal. Okay, so two matches coming up is South Korea versus the Philippines and Iran versus Yemen. So, Kyrgyzstan with a free kick, roughly almost in the exact same position as China was, but just on the other side of the field. What can Kyrgyzstan do? He's whipped the ball in, tries to find a header, there's a bit of confusion, and it's going to be a goal kick. Wait. Guess I only can pronounce the name of countries, please. And I can call him Monkey. Okay. Back to commentary. Kyrgyz. Kyrgyzstan. I just don't have that, the tongue. 60 minutes have officially gone in this match, and we are having a substitute here. The first one for Kyrgyzstan. Israelov, the goal scorer of the first goal for Kyrgyzstan, will be replaced. It's coming on with Zemala Nakin Anton. Kyrgyzstan. That it? If that helps, yeah. That kind of help. I'll just call... Gist. Okay, Gist. Okay, China now picked up the ball here. They could have a chance here of scoring. They send it out to the far. They try to cross it in. Number 15's all by himself, but he's taking the ball on. They sent it back out far, trying to cross it in. China, and they've messed the ball up, and it takes Kyrgyzstan to clear it away. Okay, China puts it up to the near. Oh, China! They crossed the ball in a one touch, and it just hits the roof of the net. Yeah, Australians can't pronounce anything outside of Australian names for shit. It's mostly due to our accents with that was funded by heavy alcohol. Okay, so it's a goal kick now for Kyrgyzstan. Okay, trying to have the ball in Kyrgyz the Kyrgyz Republic. For now on, I'm just gonna call them the Republic, or the Kyrgyz Republic, which is their official title. So China now have a throw in deep in the Kyrgyz Republic's half. And Kyrgyzstan have stolen the ball here. Kyrgyz Republic. And they're winning it down here. They could have, they've numbers. It's 4-on-2 at the moment. They've sent it out right to the right of the rear. They pass it in. Takes a touch. You can take a shot. But it's just too wide for it to be a threat to the goalkeeper. So it's a goal kick to China. Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. That actually does pretty help. So the goal kick has been taken by China.
To encourage those fans of the Kyrgyz Republic on the far side.
Kyrgyzstan are now trying to clear the ball, but it's just landing onto a. God, even my stupid friends could pronounce it properly. It's just. It's not my fault that the country never never chose a vowel. Oh, we got a free kick here for China in China's own half. 2 players went down, one from China, one from Kyrgyzstan. And it's gone in favour of China as they pass it back to the keeper. But it's like no joke. It's like the country's name was like on like Countdown, and they only could pick consonants to make up the name, and boom, that's the name. And China have now got a free ball now down to the left. They're gonna have to waste time with it. Oh, that's a lovely tackle there by the Republic. Kyrgyzstan. Is it Kyrgyz or Kyrgyz? I feel like it might be Kyrgyzstan. The first one. Oh, okay. Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. Who'll win the second half? No idea. It's mostly been like China's mostly possession. Tajikistan. I give up. Okay, China now have whipped the ball in over the top. Can they find a header? No, the ball's too deep. And there it was like, oh, it's a free ball here for the Republic's team. Technically, I can't even call them the Republic because the official title of China is the People's Republic. Tajikistan. 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 If I ever make highlights of this video, it's just going to be ZTAT99 tries to pronounce countries with Stan at the end of it. Okay, Kyrgyzstan. Now take opportunity, the through ball, but it just falls straight. Tajikistan. Not gig, okay. The problem is that a J in most contexts is pronounced as a G or J. Tajik. It's... I'm from Singapore. Okay, I can say Singapore. Who's playing better? Definitely in this second half, China. As China now cross Kyrgyz, the Republic's halfway. Well, how you say my last name? It's either Giles or Gills. It can't be Gills because it has to be 2 L's for that. So. I'm also from Turkmenistan. I know how to pronounce Turkmenistan. Stan is the meaning of city. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, there we go. The city of Tajik. Okay. That makes a fair amount of sense. Or city of Kyrgyz. Okay, we learning out here. This is... we learning education. We learning the hard facts. Issue is right, and you can say my name right. Okay, Kyrgyzstan now are on the left. And they've tried to whip it in, but it's cleared away by China. If he pronounces my name, I was crimmed. No, I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, it's really down to like the Australian like pronunciation because and also my voice is like quite it like pretty much if you want to talk like talk like an Australian, just do not move your tongue whatsoever because it is like the language that requires the least amount of tongue movement possible. The US from the British. I can't even think. Okay, so 20 minutes to go. That's right. There was a match we were doing. So China now currently have it in the defensive half, and they're doing what they're doing for the last 20 minutes is controlling the pace of a game and attempting to strike. Kyrgyzstan have stolen the ball here. Could they be against the play? Then they've passed it back to the safety past the halfway line. And Kyrgyzstan. I can pronounce China, don't worry. Because China now are pressing down. They've through ball it to the left, but it's too deep. It'll be a throw into Kyrgyzstan. Okay, I've got an idea. For this game, I had to write out like the team names for the starting 11, and so I've written down Kyrgyzstan's name. So when I'm pronouncing it, I'll just do that. I'll just throw up the phrase of Kyrgyzstan. Nah, that's stupid. Okay, so China are now down on the left. They've whipped the ball in. There's a header, and it's just gone over, and it's hit the roof of the net. That could have been a real chance for China to take the lead. As there is just ticked over nearly to the 71st minute, as it is 19 minutes remaining until added time for the end of the match. Well, that actually helped. That benefited. That apparently a chance just happened and the TV didn't show it. Okay, what happened is the keeper passed it out to a player. They tried to pass it back to the keeper, and the keeper took a bit of a heavy touch into the way of the goal, and he had to drastically clear it away. Trying to have the ball here, chance. They have a shot, and it goes way over the bar from 25 yards out. A bit audacious there by China. So Kyrgyzstan has booted it from the goal kick. Kyrgyzstan has still maintained possession here. Surprisingly enough, a stat just popped up and there's only been 8 shots to 7 in favour of China. And China now they're on the counter-attack. Can they formulate something here? The ball's whipped in. It's taken a big deflection. And it's whipped in again. But it's just going to go... Still in play, actually. And Kyrgyzstan has taken the ball away. There could have been a handball there, but it's not played on. And Kyrgyzstan to keep going. And it's going to be a throw into Kyrgyzstan.
to have a drink. Just a little stoppage in play.
Okay, they're having a little bit of a drinks break right now as it hits the 74th minute. Have you seen Syria versus Palestine? I've seen highlights of it and I've heard about what happened, but fairly decent result there for Palestine there. It was and it just shows how much it means to the people there. And a
Worked his squad very, very hard indeed. They have had also, I'm told, bout of flu and one or two colds knocking around the camp, so that could be an influence as well. That's China, that is, not Kyrgyz Republic.
So China now have possession of a throw in still in their half.
Everybody's tired. The local companies, second half side, that's true.
And he gifted a goal. The Kyrgyz goalkeeper. Definitely
And it's a free kick there, won by China inside of Kyrgyzstan's half.
And they've been gifted a foul by Daniel Tager.
Shoulder straight to the back, leaping for the ball. Completely understandable.
Eugene Roulette having the best chances, two-headed chances. They really should have done better with.
That's the final quarter of an hour in LA.
If only Foxtel was free. Yeah, that's like the big thing that a lot of people are angry at with Australia in terms of the Asian Cup broadcasting is like you can't watch it on free TV, which a lot of people are not happy with. Okay, China takes a free kick. It's a bit short and it gets cleared away by Kyrgyzstan. And China's goalkeeper has gone outside of his box and sends the ball back into Kyrgyzstan's half. They trying to heads it into the box, but goes straight to Kyrgyzstan's goalkeeper who threw it out quite quickly. Optus only has Premier League in the Euros, yeah.
Helped out by Kosovayev, but no real control over his release.
And I remember Optus had like majority of the World Cup games, and during the group stage, they messed up the broadcasting, which made Foxtel able to stream all of the matches because of how bad Optus was.
First goal in a major tournament, and at the moment they're on track for their first point. One of the debutants in this
Kyrgyzstan now trying to break here. They could have numbers here, but it's cleared away by China. Oh, that's right. It wasn't. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't Fox Sports. It was SBS. That was right. Yeah, it was SBS who had it. I remember when the official opening, when Optus the sports first came out, and from the first few weeks of the Premier League, streams were doing the same thing during the World Cup, and it just shows how dodgy the thing is, and it was 2 years before the actual thing. Oh, there's a chance here for China. They've taken it around the goalkeeper, and China have made it 2-1. A through ball in. The Kyrgyzstan keeper comes out, and the Chinese player takes it around him and slots it in. The 78th minute, China 2, Kyrgyzstan 1. Let me figure out. It was number 22, Yu Debao.
coming off his goal line.
In all honesty, the Kyrgyzstan keeper should have went down and slid in to grab the ball, but it was a bit too late for that. And he was actually going to take the goal to player out, which would have resulted in a definite penalty. And so he's taken the shot, and with 11 minutes left, China have taken the lead. Okay, so here we go. Can Kyrgyzstan somehow come back to salvage a point, or will it be too little too late for China? Do I think it'll be a draw? Don't know. If China keeps playing like they have been in this second half, I'm going to say no.
Goal is knowledge and nous.
They've been given two mighty helping hands, haven't they? By Pavel Matiash.
No, none taken. Okay, so now China now back down in the field there. The thing is, though, you got to think, do China just keep passing it around or do they just go in and kill it?
Very slapdash beginning to the game. Kyrgyzstan found space almost at will.
Kyrgyzstan now. Oh, that's a lovely leave there. They could be on the attack here. What can they do? They try to send a through ball and it goes straight to China. And now the Kyrgyzstan players have to rush right back.
It's a long chase for Edgar Bernhardt, but he has to make it.
So China now just passing it around their defense now, trying to see a gateway to finally break this match and seal it for the People's Republic. I noticed China are kind of tired. Yeah, they actually are. A lot of the Chinese players are sweating profusely.
Just to try and shore things up at the back and ensure they get over the line for what would be a crucial 3 points. Republic of Korea in action.
So China now. Oh, this is the big play. The through ball. And it's a great tackle there. Goes straight to the ball goes straight to the Kyrgyzstan's keeper. And that could have been a real chance for that to seal the game.
China have got 2 players down at the moment. One with cramp, one with injury.
And now Kyrgyzstan now. Can they capitalise as 2 players from China are down and out on the other side of the field?
Booz from the Chinese fans.
And they've whipped the ball in. Header! And it's just gone wide of the goal. That could have been a real opportunity for Kyrgyzstan to equalise. And now it's going to be a goal kick to China as they stop play to investigate the 2 players down.
This is the delivery.
They did just glance it, didn't they? That's Sakabayev with the cross was terrific. And you're happy enough with that challenge from Kosovayev?
Goal. China scored. Oh, yeah.
Having every right to keep play moving.
And it looks like it's another substitute here for Kyrgyzstan as Suyoikov will be coming on. We're just going to find out who they're going to be replacing. He's going to replace Bernhard Edgar. Thank you, Shay. Always appreciated. Haven't they had more than 3 subs? No, I believe they've only had 2 or have done all 3. And it's taking a little while for the Chinese goalkeeper to take this free kick. There he goes. We got 7.5 minutes remaining until added on time. And the Viking Club has started to now play from the Chinese fans. The company would be the Viking Club. In all honesty, this is definitely not my idea. It's an idea that Soccer Saturday does for Sky Sports, where they have like a bunch of guys talking about matches without actually showing the footage. Trying to pass the ball into the yard box, they take a shot and it gets cleared away. We're starting to see here we got to give a shout out to the few Japanese people who are currently in the chat. Welcome, welcome. And China's now picked up the ball for their goalkeeper. As Japan, when did Japan play? They don't play till like later, do they?
Down the side, a simple pass, and he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't think China played till like a little bit later. A Chinese player has gone down, clutching his foot. I mean, look at that too. He's grabbing onto his foot. Look, you got the real question you got to think is this a tactic to slow down time? Of course it is. But you got to think that this would add up to the added time, so we could have like 3 or up to 4 minutes. That's must say it is a tactical slowdown. Oh, they're bringing on they're actually bringing on the stretcher. Interesting stuff here. Lovely stuff here. And they've brought him off the field to the side. And instead of passing to the keeper, they've accidentally passed the ball out. And now the player who was taken off the stretcher is now back on the field because that makes sense. So we're about to enter the 86th minute. Kyrgyzstan with a shot, but it's just too wide near the goal, and it's going to be a goal kick to China. 4 minutes remaining until added time. Yeah, their doctor brought out the magic sponge, and he's now back to normal. And now China are now deep into Kyrgyzstan's half. And there's going to be another substitute. And this will be the last substitute of Kyrgyzstan. Their third one. As Lux Vitalic comes off for Bartyakinov Ernest. And it's been given a clearance has now been given a corner to China as the time starts to really wind down, closing the window ever so more to China claiming all 3 points. And that has gone too heavily, and it's going to be out for a goal kick to Kyrgyzstan. 2 minutes remaining until added time now. And here comes China's final substitute. And another Chinese player is down on the ground. Alex is projecting a penalty to Kyrgyzstan. Okay, here we go. The final substitute. Zhang Zhengdong is off, and Liu Yiming is on. As we are now upon the 89th minute. It's a lovely play here by Kyrgyzstan. They still have possession, but China takes it away. That was a bit of a late reaction. A Kyrgyzstan player slides in for a tackle on China. He's taken a clip on the foot. He takes a step, then goes down. He wins the free kick. It's fair play. And he is really struggling here, being clipped in the foot. Okay, they're going to bring up the keeper to take this free kick. And we've got 5 seconds. How much added time is there going to be? I think it's like 3 or 4 minutes. 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes. China. Oh, it's a handball anyway. It was offside. It would have been a one-on-one opportunity. It was also a handball anyways. So 5 minutes of added on. But still time for Kyrgyzstan. By Kyrgyzstan, whip it. It's got great deflection. It's gone out for a throw into Kyrgyzstan. The throw's in deep into the 18-yard box. Someone tries to take the shot right off the volley. Just do them with the 10 p.m. games. I'm thinking so, but then that means there won't be a game tomorrow, so pretty much we'll have to wait till Wednesday for the next match. Miss out not for all the games. I tried to do 3 streams in a row for the World Cup, and it just I couldn't even do. I've just finished the first one. I couldn't do the second. The energy's just gone. Another long throw here for Kyrgyzstan. Trying to get it, and China have cleared it away. And Kyrgyzstan have just booted the ball straight to China's keeper. 3 minutes remaining until the referee blows his final whistle. Another Chinese player has gone down. I'd like to see what happened. Let's have a look. Oh! No! Okay, now that was not flopping. He got full on like booted in the side of the head with the arch of a boot. And it took a little bit of a delayed reaction, but yeah, that fucking hurts. Oh. Yeah, I just saw the replay and I thought, oh, he's diving. And then Nuppy gets clipped right here. Yeah, Pete, yeah, I apologise. I think that's genuinely, I think, like the first time I've sworn this entire stream. So I do 100% apologise. So it's actually a free kick here for China. 2 minutes left. It probably isn't the first, probably like the second or third. 90 seconds remaining, but the question is how much out of time they're going to be for the players who have been down hurt. He spawned like 6 times. That's like a still a sworn 6 times. In 90 minutes, that's not bad. Okay, there's now about 40 seconds left and the ball is in the Kyrgyzstan's half. This is their last chance. This is some nice play here. Try to send the ball in. The header's up. Another header. And the ball has been cleared away. It is a corner for Kyrgyzstan. 20 seconds remaining. Can Kyrgyzstan find something? Is the keeper coming up? No, they're not. They've whipped to the ball corner in. It's way too far. The whistle has gone. China have come from behind to win. 2-1 against a very valiant Kyrgyzstan side. So in the 42nd minute, Akladin scored right before half-time for the Kyrgyz Republic. And then in the 50th minute, the goalkeeper scored accidentally put in an own goal for China. And then in the 78th minute, Dabao scores the winner for China. So that is all she wrote. And China get a very much needed 3 points to start off their tournament. Okay, so there it is. It's all she wrote. The game has finished. So now, as it being mini Q&A, if I can see what time it is, it is 11:53. I could do one for about 15 minutes, and then we'll probably have to 11:53 p.m. So maybe I've got about fucking cheeky 15 minutes, but really it's not much to know about me personally. I can definitely do it at a later time. How old am I? 18 years old. Yeah. Nah, not a lie. I'm 18 years old. I just look very old. Like I've got the beard and the stash. It's just we all look old. I'm from which country? I'm from Australia, aka the team that just absolutely oofed their thing, their game against Jordan. What do I study? I'm going. Which part? New South Wales. So I'm on the eastern part of the country. That I'm from Australia on the eastern part of the country. So I'm in New South Wales, which is the state like next to Queensland, Victoria on the east coast. In terms of studying, I'm actually not going to university. I'm going to a thing called TAFE. I'm not from Brisbane. The Australian choking bit is what we want. Oh yeah. Ever been to the Maldives? No, I have not. I really want to go there because I'm actually like a photographer. I do a bit of photography myself, and like that's like the dream place for like nature photography is to go to the Maldives. Singapore. Singapore is actually like pretty interesting actually because majority of like all the travel magazines are all about what's TAFE. TAFE it's pretty much like it's a government. It's run by the government, and it's pretty much like you like get a trade and stuff like that. I'm going there for screen and media, so I can learn to go into journalism. Funnily enough, and the course will go for about a year. It's kind of because if you actually look at the latest video I did, you can understand why I'm not going to university, because I got a big oof on my ATAR score. Do I have WhatsApp? No, I do not. The Kyrgyzstan goalkeeper is a dunk king. Like that, pretty much that was what we're going for. In Canberra, TAFE is called CIT. Do I like pie? I mean, meat pie, yeah. Is a question. Yeah, it's like I like the meat pies and like the apple pies, stuff like that. So, yes, I do like pie. And fucking hell, it's hot. It's midnight and it's still sweltering. Well, how do you eat a meat pie as an Australian? Pretty much you just put. It really depends if you're cooking them from home or. Dude, I usually just put sauce on the top and you bite into it. But the problem is though, especially if you buy them like at football games, like the insides are like hot as hell. So pretty much you're biting a bullet, pretty much. But it's a thing you just got to get used to whilst living in Australia. Oh, God. I'm just going to check a scroll, see if I've missed any questions. Wolverhampton versus Liverpool. I don't think they're even showing it on like regular TV because I don't actually have Fox. I don't actually have Optus Sports. Do a video where you mock teams. Actually, I was actually thinking about doing that when the next season starts, because to me I feel like starting in the middle of the season's a bit of a it's a bit of a quote unquote do it with friends. Yeah, that probably with friends who like same minded is probably where it's gonna be pretty good. One channel that I do actually like that actually does a lot of this, but he doesn't do it for soccer, he does it for like American teams, is what are they called? It's called Urinating Tree, but he does it with like the American sports. Who is your favourite team? My favourite team is my local side, the Newcastle United Jets. They are my favourite team. Oh yeah, 4-4-2s, yeah, they do it like that. The other thing is I suck at animation. I just suck with computers in general. I just know how to use them. Optus not sharing it either. I have Optus. I'm probably like after this, once it hits like 10 past something like that, I'll probably just go. Newcastle Jets seem to be losing a lot of games. Yeah, it's morely due to the fact that last season we were like extremely good. Like we ended up going to the final, but ended up losing. But we haven't moved forward as well. We've kind of stayed. Like we haven't had many changes. So hopefully in January we can turn it around. Can you get relegated in the A-League? No, you can't. It's pretty much like the MLS. So, we need Keisuke Honda. No, I think he'd be doing pretty fine. Yeah, so pretty much there's only 10 teams in the A-League, and it's like the MLS. Then what is the point? It's just how it works. We need decent players. It's like, didn't I hear apparently KSK Honda's injured? So and like I know Australia's had like a big history in terms of having like marquee players come out to Australia, and KSK Honda's especially one of them. And people are already hyping up saying he's the best one. He's a good player, KSK Honda. Don't get me wrong, but the only way he'll become like the best is when he is when he wins the A League, because none of the big marquees ever did it. When Alessandro Del Piero came to Sydney, he didn't win a title. When Shinji Ono came to the Western Sydney Wanderers, they didn't win the A League title. And Emil Heskey, when he came to the Jets, he didn't. William Garcia. The only player that I think counted as a marquee was Dwight York, who was at Sydney for the first year, and they ended up winning. I'm losing my breath. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I myself must say. Do you like kiwis as in fruits? Yeah, I don't mind them. Don't mind them at all. They're a solid, decent fruit. When you'll be doing the next one? I'm probably not gonna do the. I'm probably gonna like after this wait until, and then I'll announce it. Probably put like in the comments under this about when's my next live stream. Yeah. How to see more commentating on Suck Games? Oh, will do. 100%. I will be. I'll be hoping I could have like a nice little playlist of like all the Asian Cup games that I've done. Do you like your chances in the Champions League? I hope we kind of I mean, it's a bit of a challenge just to get into the group stage, because we've got to play either Home United or something like that, and then we got, if we win that, we got to play against what's its name against Kashima Antlers just to qualify, and Kashima Antlers are the defending AFC Champions League winners, so I don't fit Kashima, yeah. So I really don't know. I don't mind their chant. I think we may from out of nowhere, but realistically, just don't know. The football level in Asia is rising. Yes. I do tend to agree. It's just the football keeps getting better and better and better. India's result, pretty much the India performance is just a big example of then Australia gets worse. Yeah, we do get worse. The investment in the Middle East and East Asia is insane. Yeah, I did hear about I will be eventually doing Premier League streaming matchups, because I'm pretty sure I've got to check, because SBS, they usually occasionally do like a match like a week. So I'm gonna check, because usually they do it on Saturdays at like 9:30. Not to be mistaken. So if I check there, I should hopefully, and if they have a scheduled match, I will definitely do that match as a bit of a break from all the AFC Asian Cup matches. Okay, so Just going for the schedule. Okay, we're on Saturday now. Is there one? Let's have a look. It is not. There isn't one on SBS that I can't find. Wait a minute. No, season 2018. Hang on. So something's popped up here. I don't know if it says live, but it says Brighton versus Liverpool. Are they expected to play up? Is that the game? Because there is a game, but I don't know if it's like live or it's just a replayed match. It is. Okay. If that's the case, then we're definitely looking like a contender. So, I don't know if I'm doing like... I will be doing other AFC matches before this, but I can definitely confirm that I will be doing this match on... It's on the Saturday. It's on like... So at 1:25 a.m. on Sunday. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Liverpool. I will be doing that 100%. So now it's currently 12:07. It's midnight. I've got to go to bed. The stream's over. Thank you guys for tuning in, especially coming into the second stream after the first one died. I appreciate it, and I'll see you. Oh, yeah, if you want to actually know where to actually find, like when I put notifications of me confirming streams, is my Instagram. I've linked to the description below. It's like, yeah, here we go, plugging, but my Instagram's down in the description, so, and that's where I put up, and also with the new Discord, I just remembered, I could put it in there, so, as a reminder, so, join that I just completely forgot about. So yeah, thank you all, and I'll see you later.